My name is Jeff Wurtzel. I work for Mars, and I am the Senior Brand Manager for Extra Gum.
Well, Jeff, congrats for winning an Effie on Unwrapping a Love Story.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the campaign.
Well, the campaign has been incredibly successful for us. It has helped to turn around the Extra brand. We've received lots and lots of accolades. We have had our content seen by millions and millions and millions of consumers. And we've really, in some ways, touched the lives of lots of consumers out there.
So what was the key insight behind that campaign? It's a love story about two individuals, and I guess the male characters drawing pictures about those special moments.
That's right. And the insight's really rooted in something very simple, is that something as small as a stick of gum that you can share can unlock meaningful connections. And we did a lot of research around the campaign. And one of the things we found is that when we give of something to others, we get so much more in return. And the science shows that you can really build so much happiness through giving to others. And that really fueled the insight.
What were the maybe decisions or steps in this process going from research to the actual campaign?
We developed the idea early on. And one of the things that we did very early in the process around our idea with our partner agency, BBDO, was get buy-in across our organizations. And that was vitally important because we had had success already with the brand. And the idea we felt was very big. And so we went to our executive team with the idea and showed them just some initial thinking. And they loved it. They were really moved by what we were doing, and they really gave us the trust and flexibility to go forward and do the work. And that really built an initial state of conviction that we had something great that we had to go execute on.
Were there any leaps of faith that you had to make in the process?
There was. So one thing we talk about is how, for us, the music in the ad was really, for us, part of our secret sauce. The music was recorded by an artist, Haley Reinhart, which was a cover of re-recording of Elvis's Can't Help Falling in Love. Because we had that trust and conviction in developing this, it gave us the flexibility to go out and record this later in the process. And that song really provided an emotional punch in the ad. She achieved a gold record by recording it recently in the last couple of months. So we're really proud of that, and we felt like having that initial conviction in the work across our organizations allowed us to do that.
Was there anything about the campaign that surprised you?
For us, the speed at which we got success, and that really, the first weekend that we had released the campaign, the ad, it really was like a rocket ship that first weekend. We had 40 million views in the first couple of days. We had one of the top 10 trending songs, artists from the commercial on Apple Music. Wow. So, it was like Haley Reinhart and Beyonce. So that was exciting. And, we had lots and lots of recognition across different influencers, celebrities. Ellen DeGeneres posted that she loved the ad. So it just really took off, and I think the speed was surprising for us.
Now, there's a bunch of people behind the scenes, right? You've got your research staff that came up with insights. Yeah. You've got your partners, agencies. Tell me about those partners and how they all work together.
We have a very, very close relationship with our agency, BBDO. And in many ways, it had been formed throughout many years of working with them at Wrigley. And so there was a foundation there. And one of the things is we felt like the insight that we had felt real to us and very authentic. And so part of the relationship was less about buy-in, because we really trusted each other early on. It was about how do we push ourselves to create something that always felt real and authentic. where we were pushing ourselves and trying to reach a new standard, a new standard, and set a bar really high. So a lot of the work that we did as part of our relationship was just challenge each other to make the work as great as it could be.
Now, I know a couple years ago I interviewed your comrade,
Yeah.
and he had, that was the first campaign, Give Extra, Get Extra.
Yeah.
I mean, was there any fear that, maybe we wouldn't be able to top that? That, how would we accomplish that?
Yeah, no, I think it was, it's a great question. That never really entered our mind.
That's good.
I mean, we had established something with success early on, and so much of the credit goes to that team for starting it. And we felt like the work, what we had, was something really special. And the insight, the relevance to gum, the ability to connect in a really meaningful way with our consumers, we felt a lot of confidence, and we put more pressure on ourselves to ensure that it felt authentic more than anything else.
Well, it was the right formula. Great actors, great casting, great music. It still gives me chill bumps every time I watch it. So
Yeah.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
So Jeff, did you have a target demographic in mind for this campaign?
No, we believe that we had a universal insight, and we wanted to be able to reach everyone. And we felt like with the work that we had, it's something everyone can relate to. It's nostalgic in the sense that, it's about romance, and it's a universal message that everyone can really tap into.
Now, you also had an iconic song, and you were reimagining that song and how it would play. Were you worried, had any risk in the process of doing that people wouldn't go along with it?
We spent a lot of time thinking about music. And music, coupled with the ad, it's something that's visceral. And when we would play the music, the people in the room could feel it. And in many ways, that's a litmus test. Because we have this universal insight, because we want it to appeal to everyone, in some ways for us, as we felt it, we knew we had something and had the confidence and conviction that it was going to be successful.
Can you speak to how the brand grew, like the results that you guys saw from the campaign?
We grew faster than our category in 28 of the 29 weeks following the launch of the brand. And we saw an uptick almost immediately.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about marketing effectiveness. How do you define marketing effectiveness?
Twofold. The first is the impact that you have in the marketplace. And for us, that's through a lift on sales. And we have seen that through our campaign. So we know we are achieving impact in the marketplace. I think the second is around how do you emotionally connect with consumers? At Mars, we believe really strongly across all of our brands that the ability to connect emotionally with consumers has so much greater return than if we simply talked about functional messaging on our brand, which is what we had done before. And you can see it. You can see the way that consumers respond to it online, in small ways when we hear from them and talk to them. And I think it's this intersection of both the impact you see in the marketplace as well as the creative excellence and how you entertain people. That for us really is marketing effectiveness.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Alan. This was great.
Thank you.